Morning, everybody. At 10:05, we're going to call to order the Board of Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, March 15th. If you would, please rise with us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. At this time, we will accept public comment for items not appearing on today's agenda. Is there any public comment at this time? Seeing none, we will accept public comment as each item is under consideration. Any additions to the agenda for today's meeting? Okay. Seeing none, we will continue on to look for a motion to approve the sets of minutes in front of us. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the minutes from the Board of Commissioners meeting and work session.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. Okay. We're going to welcome up now our Prothonotary and Clerk of Courts, Jeremy Brion. And Jeremy has some guests with him, and we're going to let him introduce them and lead it from here. But Jeremy, please join us, and we will turn the presentation over to you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Come on up.
Would you like to sit here?
Yeah, please, wherever's comfortable. Yes, yep.
Share my microphone with you. All right. Oh. Good morning. It's my honor to come before the board today, and I have Jeremy Dillard, Account Executive with Teleosoft, and Leo Pompey, Executive VP with Teleosoft, to assist me with answering any questions you may have today. Today is a great day for Center County, and I'm thrilled to be before the Board of Commissioners at this moment. I'm here today to ask the board to approve a contract with Teleosoft for their County Suite Civil Court software to provide civil record-keeping services for the Prothonotary and Clerk of Courts office. To best understand why this day is so important, I believe it's important to understand a bit of history regarding the work we've done. In October of 2000, we migrated our criminal records to the state AOPC system. Over 30 counties throughout the Commonwealth utilized the same system. This change was made to protect individuals' information with the changes to clean slate and limited access laws, and protecting people and adhering to the laws was the cornerstone of the decision. Today I'm proud to come before the Board of Commissioners to make the next bold step in record keeping for the Center County Prothonotary and to ask Teleosoft for their contract to be approved. Teleosoft is recognized throughout the industry as one of the leaders in record keeping for court systems, specializing in local. Instituting this product within Center County is going to change the way we do business and help our residents. The new system will modernize our way of doing business, increase transparency to the public, integrate with the Center County Sheriff's Department, improve access to the court, making our office cutting edge, increasing the way we store and protect individuals' data, and making the records more accessible to the public in a better way. I want to thank County Administrator Margaret Gray and Center County Solicitor Betsy Dupuis, CIO Chad Joyce for their work to ensure this contract was thoroughly vetted and appropriate for Center County and for the Prothonotary's office. I'd like to specifically highlight that the impact to the taxpayers of Center County will be $174,000. We will be utilizing $75,000 from our automation account. And this account was established under Rule 42 PA Statute subsection 21071.2, where counties collect a $5 fee specifically allocated solely for the purpose of automation and continued automation update of the office of the Prothonotary. And we're pleased to reinvest this money back into the office to help the residents of Center County. I'd be glad to answer any general questions you have of me and my office, and I also brought them along as well in case you have any specific questions about the function of the system. Because we're just in the beginning phases, we are going to be, we have to get the contract signed, then we move into the data extrapolation and go into the next phases.
It may be appropriate just to maybe let Teleosoft talk a little bit about the impact they have in other counties, experience with that. And again, as Jeremy alluded to, we have Teleosoft already operating in some of our other offices. So please,
Yeah, absolutely. So we're thankful for the opportunity to be here, Commissioners, and grateful for Jeremy's partnership over the past couple years. We worked through an extensive process review of his current processes in his office in order to help us to determine how to best configure our software for the needs of Center County. We work with over 44 counties in Pennsylvania currently today. That includes sheriffs and courts instances. Specifically in the court space, we're in over 20 counties across the state and have implemented our software successfully in Prothonotary's offices across the state. A large part of that is the data migration portion. We are dealing with people's lives. We recognize that, the importance of those records, and so we spend an extensive portion of the project at the outset ensuring that that data comes over correctly and accurately, and our intent is to do the same with Jeremy's office as well. We feel like this will be a great benefit, not just to Jeremy and his staff, but also to the people of Center County by putting a system in place that's more modern, more accessible, easy to use, will be a benefit across the county going forward. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, I think Jeremy said it well. You know, we're really thankful to have the opportunity here to support you, your constituents, and to put together a system here that truly will modernize and gain great access in regards to what you're doing. Definitely committed to follow through with the different commitments that we've made, and looking forward to working together with you.
Absolutely.
Any questions, comments?
I just have to get down to the numbers. It's 249. Is that competitive to other counties that are using the similar packages, or?
Yes, sir.
How much did he beat you up to get that?
He beat us up significantly. I think we negotiated for about 6 months. Jeremy and I did back and forth to get to a price point that was acceptable to him, knowing the automation fund that he had available and the impact to the county. We determine our pricing based on workload, but then also on class size of county comes into play, so it is comparable with other counties that we work with, similar to Center County.
He gave you a glowing advertisement. So, I mean,
Well, the real
that'll
work
probably
begins.
show up on a YouTube video somewhere.
No, Jeremy's been a great advocate for us across the state, even prior to this, and we appreciate the partnership and working with him. We're thankful for that, but the real work begins now for us on the project side. So we have to prove our sales process out and implement the software
And-
successfully. So
The master agreement envelopes all the other projects you have going in Center County.
correct, yes. We did put a new master agreement in place with the county, working with Margaret and Betsy, even as soon as yesterday, to make sure that language was correct. But that will incorporate the current agreement and replace the current agreement with the sheriff going forward with Center County.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything additional that we would add as well would fall underneath that new master agreement.
You know, one of the challenges that obviously Jeremy, technology is one thing, but you still have the human touch, which requires a lot of attention. So
Yes, sir.
having something that molds those two together is much appreciated.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I think I would also add one more component of this particular program. We had the opportunity, when I worked with Chad Joyce, the CIO, to go through a variety of different programs that are available for record keeping to see how we could best improve our system. And this particular program here, because our staff work with AOPC and CPCMS, there's a lot of mirroring between the two systems. They're not 100% the same, but the functions are, there's a lot of parallels. Whenever you have staff trained in one program, they parallel one another. So I think that's an important item to note.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the Center County Prothonotary, Jeremy Breon, for his meticulous attention to this project and for explaining it in great detail to the commissioners. I believe the commissioners are very pleased with the investment in technology to increase transparency and improve services to Center County citizens. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you. We had long discussions about this. This goes back to the 2022 budget process. You brought in excellent materials, really showed us the benefits of this, and this is really a long-term investment in not just how you operate as the Prothonotary, but also how the courts do. And so we hope that, again, transparency, accessibility really shine through. And so we look forward to the implementation process and the ongoing partnership. So with that, well, I think we'll look for a motion.
I will make the motion to add the master agreement with Teleosoft to the March 24th consent agenda.
I will second that.
Okay. Any final comments, anything? Okay, all right. Sure. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. And we have one more motion, and then we'll open up for questions. We look for a motion on our page 2 to add addendum A.
Motion to add addendum A, Prothonotary with Telesoft, Inc. to the March 24th consent agenda.
I will second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
I think, motion is carried. I think we may have a question or two. Yeah.
Jeremy, this is for civil cases.
This is for civil cases, yes.
Is Webbia, will that still be, or will Webbia still be available, or is that?
We're currently in talks with RBA about how we're going to proceed with Webbia. Once we get an opportunity to look at the data, we'll be able to better assess how we're going to move forward with that, whether there'll be an integration or whether it'll be an independent software.
You touched upon it, the impact of clean slate. Has there been any discussion on, there's been debate and discussion on public access to criminal records in the wake of clean slate? Has there been any consideration of changes for criminal record access?
So currently, because we're complying with Clean Slate and because we're complying with the limited access rules, the current system, Webbia, it's very easy to miss something whenever we would go in and seal an individual record. We made the decision to move all of those records into CPCMS in the fall of 2020. And we continue, anybody that checks the docket and would like to have access to those documents, we're happy to provide a copy of those to those individuals. They're just not available to go and search in a searchable database to be able to pull the record up automatically. And this is consistent throughout the state.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Gary. Gentlemen, thank you once again. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to keep with the criminal justice theme for a few more items here. We have our public defender, Dave Crowley, joining us today, and we will be discussing and looking for a renewal of Thomson Reuters, an integral part of what Dave does with his office. Good morning, Dave.
Welcome back.
Well, it's nice to be back. Nice to see you all. Tools of the trade of any attorney is his mouth, big, large, whatever. His pen, what he writes, and his library. And this is our library, our Westlaw contract. We've gone pretty much 100% online because the law, as you all know, changes month to month sometimes. Here in our public defender office, we do a wide variety of things, not just criminal law. Criminal law is about half of what we do. We do a lot of civil work, administrative law with the state institutions. So we're asking the board to renew the contract we have with Westlaw to keep our office running smoothly.
Okay. Thank you, Dave. Any questions or comments?
I think it's a 3-year contract.
Correct.
You probably got a little better price for doing that, so thank you.
Yes, that's, we try to keep, at least know what we're, try to project ahead a little bit enough to keep things, costs down.
I do actually have a question. It's based on a comment that you just made. Back in the pre-technology days, when they were printing books and you would refer back to case law and whatnot, how did you find out the latest and greatest case law? How did you know that what you
They
had was
something
accurate?
called advance sheets. You pay a subscription and you get a paper-bound copy of the cases that were published the week before. Now you get it published the same day.
Oh,
So.
okay. 'Cause I guess I didn't know that because I always thought of the bound books, which
You got the bound books, but then you got a little paper pamphlet, maybe 100 pages, that had all the cases that were published the week before.
thanks for that.
Okay, so with this, we will look for a motion to add this to the 24th consent agenda.
Motion to add the contract renewal with Thomson Reuters to the March 24th consent agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion has carried. Okay. Thank you, Dave.
My assistants
Yep.
wouldn't know what a book is.
Well,
Or shepherds, or any of the stuff we did in the 80s. It's- Yeah, well, yeah, they don't call it pardons anymore.
So at the chair's discretion, we're going to keep with Dave up here and have us joined by Carrie. And as the Director of Criminal Justice Planning for Center County, Carrie is constantly tasked with looking for grants, especially with PCCD. And we have found an excellent candidate, and we're going to turn it over to Carrie to discuss a little bit more about the submission we're going to be doing for this year's BGA grant.
Thank you. Here before the board for consideration to submit a grant application to the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency for their Burn Justice Assistance Grant, we refer to it as JAG, funds not to exceed $250,000 over a 2-year period. These funds will be utilized to support the implementation of a new caseworker position within the Public Defender's Office to coordinate services for the clients that they represent. Specifically, in reference to the JAG funding announcement, we're looking to improve coordination and access to services for people with mental health, behavioral health, intellectual disabilities, and/or substance use disorders who encounter the system. By providing and coordinating wraparound supports for individuals, such as increasing access to affordable and supportive housing, employment, referrals to mental and/or behavioral health treatment services. This has been identified as a CJAB priority when we conducted our strategic planning session back in 2020. It was identified then as a goal, and we've had it on there knowing that hopefully someday the right opportunity would present itself, and it has. We currently, the county does have an existing JAG grant that also supports other items in our strategic plan, so this falls right in suit. This is a highly competitive announcement, I believe for over $7 million, but that doesn't go as far as you might think it would. So we're hopeful that we can be awarded this funds, and if so, the start date would be October 1st of 2022 and run through September 30th of 2024. Like I said, it'd be up to $250,000. I don't have all the numbers finalized yet. It's due March 31st at the end of this month. But grant funds would support the staff salary and benefits and laptop necessary supplies of that nature for a new employee who would be housed in the Public Defender's Office to kind of coordinate those services, just kind of fill that last little gap that we need, or we think we need.
Dave, please.
If I had $1 for every time a judge or DA said, Dave, find me a place to send this person, convince me that they won't come back, I could retire. Holistic public defense is cutting edge stuff, and it takes into account that we're not just here to take care of the immediate problem, but to maybe point people in the right direction to keep them from recycling back into the system. So we thank you for your consideration of this. We thank you for giving us an office space where we do have one office left to put this person. Hopefully we're successful.
I think Dave, you've really led this office for a number of decades, and, it comes with a lot of experience, tremendous amount. And this would really, I would hope, set you apart from your peers. There are many public defenders across the state that I think really need this, and hopefully this will set off a trend where other entities will copy this, and they'll be calling you up and your staff up to say, how'd you do this? How'd you put this together? But this really, again, as you said, holistic. It really does solve not just the legal, but also the trauma, the mental health, the treatment aspect. So we need to do both. Your office should focus on the legal in terms of your lawyers, but and supporting folks, but also recognize that there are additional things we can bring to bear to heal these people and help them out in the future. So thank you for your willingness to work with us on this, and we're excited for the announcement. I really think this is going to be a top contender for this grant, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, I think this is great. It's kind of a continuation of what Commissioner Pipe started back, I wasn't here, but I think roughly 2014 with the recidivism initiative, where at that point we had 250 to 260 Center County residents at the correctional facility. Everybody's worked very, very hard here over the last 8 years or so, and it's now down more like 130, so it's almost in half. But I agree with Commissioner Pipe. This is a great idea. When people become involved with the criminal justice system, as long as they're not violent, we'd prefer they weren't sentenced, if there's any way we can avoid that. And we certainly don't want them coming back and round-tripping through the system. So if somebody does have to be involved with the criminal justice system, obviously our preference is they're involved once and we never see them again. So this is a great idea, and I definitely endorse the grant.
I have to echo a lot of comments because I really believe that we are blessed to have you as the head of that department. But we're also blessed to have Carrie, who's our go-to person for finding the money to make these programs actually real. So, we can talk about it and we can applaud all these things, but it's getting that money and making sure that all the T's are crossed, I's are dotted, and all the deadlines are met. And I appreciate both of you working on this because I think it makes Center County a whole lot better place, and it gives us an opportunity to not only make sure that folks that don't need to be in the system are not, but at the same time help the ones that they get caught up in the system and have full opportunity to be productive. And I think that's really amazing. So thank you.
Thank you. So with that, we will look for a motion to authorize the submission.
Motion to authorize submission of the Burn Justice Assistant Grant, also called JAG grants, to the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion on this? Any questions? Okay. Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. The motion is carried. Dave, thank you so much. Thank you. So Carrie will stay with us, and we have with us Chief Gardner and Hannah Babis from State College. And we'll welcome you both up, or whoever is going to join us. We'd love to have you both up. Okay. Okay. And this is a continuation of conversations we've had in the past. Oh, no. This is really a continuation of conversations we've had in the past about this grant, and we're finally, we've got the award and looking to approve it. We wanted to commemorate this and invite our partners at State College Borough back, and Carrie to give a little bit of update about where we stand, so please.
Yes, we were last before the board in September of last year requesting approval to submit this grant application. We just received the award notice late last week. Takes some time at the state level, but we have been awarded, and we're requesting today to assign the acceptance letter from the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency for the mental health initiative funds for the collaborative project with the State College Borough in the amount of $150,000. Project period was supposed to be January 1 of 2022 through December 31st of 2023, but we are getting a little late start on their part, so we'll see if we get a little bit of an extension, no-cost extension, to continue to expend these funds. So I have with me Hannah Babis and Chief Gardner from State College Police Department. They will be, so the county is the recipient of the funds, but they will be absolutely implementing the project, and I will act administratively and just take care of the paperwork for the grant application, but they will be administrating the project, so I'll let them speak to that.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today. We're really excited that this program is coming to fruition. We're really grateful to PCCD to have been awarded this grant opportunity, and we're really looking forward to starting the police social worker program and expanding upon mental health services in the State College Police Department. I'll pass it off to you if you have anything to add.
No, I just want to thank the Board of Commissioners, especially Carrie here too, for all her work. We're excited. We're really looking forward to moving ahead with this project. I think the true winners in this are the citizens we're going to be serving. As I said way back in September when I was here, I think police in this region do an exceptional job, but they need help. And I think this is that first step in that, and hopefully this is not the only police department that does this. This could be the building block where we have this throughout the county, and that we're really excited about that. So thanks again for you being willing to partner with us and working with us.
Thank you, Chief Gardner. This is, and Hannah as well. This really is going to be pioneering for our area. Wishing much success to this, seeing this start, and I think there may be even collaboration, continued collaboration as we look at both of these themes, which are traditional entities within the criminal justice system needing additional supports. Recognized it within the police force, recognizing it with our public defender, and there are many opportunities for us to, again, reform and improve. So this is exciting. We wish you the best of this, and do we have any start dates in terms of candidates, or still hiring?
We just posted it
Okay, just posted it.
I know we have some applicants, so we're
Oh,
excited
good.
about that as well, too.
Excellent, okay. Excellent, fantastic. Okay, any comments, questions?
Yeah, we're just very excited to partner with the Borough State College and the State College Police Department in bringing something to fruition that community members have been advocating for several years now. Police work is very difficult to start with. I'm sure any assistance that can be rendered by other entities is very well received. And as a resident of the borough myself, I'm just very excited about this possibility. And hopefully, it can be a success, and we can expand it throughout some of the other departments in the county.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so we would look at this time to approve the grant award.
Motion to approve the grant award from the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency to receive mental health initiative funds.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Gary?
Chief, can you just give us an overview of what this means? Is a caseworker with your department, or what exactly does this program mean for your department?
I think it's like a piece of clay. We can mold it and do whatever we want to do, but obviously we see this individual aiding us and assisting us in not just mental health calls, but a lot of clients that we deal with, whether they're homeless or whether things that individuals we end up interacting with that maybe police isn't the best place to it. So I view it as maybe more of a, we can divert people away from the system, but also, more importantly, get them connected to the services that are best suited for them. And by the same token, freeing up police officers so that they aren't dealing with the same individuals time after time after time. And we're really excited about that. Again, we have a vision of how some things are going to work, but a lot of things we're going to learn on the fly too as to what we can do. But we're very excited about that.
3 years ago, Center County District Attorney's Office, an extensive review of mental health services and law enforcement in the county, said at that time there were about 300 some calls a year. The police were involved with. Do you know if that number's increased, or do you have any ballpark in terms?
It's not slowing down, I can tell you that. I don't have any figures offhand, but I would argue that it's probably the same, if not more. And our services are stretched to the limit. We view this as an opportunity to work with a professional who can maybe give us other options or other alternatives in this.
Thank you.
Thank you. Again, thank you all very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome up, Ray, at this time. And we're looking at a large sum for our CDBG grant for this upcoming year. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Commissioners. This morning I'm here to seek authorization for the Chair to e-sign the e-contract for the Pennsylvania Department of Community Economic Development 2021 Federal Fiscal Year Community Development Block Grant. The award is in the amount of $476,869 for various street, water, and sewer improvements under contract C0000822286. This period is January 18th, 2022 to January 17th, 2026. Some of the projects that are included within the 2021 fiscal year for CDBG include the Haynes-Aaronsburg water well rehab, the Penn Township water storage tank replacement, Eagle Creek water and sewer, and are on behalf of Municipality Bellefonte streetscape improvement. Just one item to note that Haynes-Aaronsburg water well rehab and Penn Township water storage tank, this is their second year in order to proceed with both those projects, so they've had multiple funding years. And that's what we will request, that e-signature from the chair to sign for the contract.
Thank you, Ray. Any questions or comments on this?
No, all of these water and sewer projects, very important. Everybody just assumes every time you flush that toilet, it's going to get taken care of, and there's going to be more water in your reservoir. And especially, I think, in the Woodward area, that wasn't always the case. And I know in Penn Township, there were also some pretty significant issues. So glad to see we're moving forward with this. Thanks, Ray.
It's all good.
Okay. We would then look for a motion to approve the contract.
Motion to approve the contract with the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion is carried. Okay, thank you, Ray, very much. We'll turn it over to Margaret at this time for our potential contract with MCP.
Yes, this item involves a transition contract with Mission Critical Partners to provide services and learn about our systems in advance of the July 1st start date of their contract to provide information technology services for Center County. We have a couple of details left to work out on this contract, so I would ask today if we could table this until our next Commissioners' meeting on March the 24th. We'll have it on that agenda.
Okay, sounds good. And if everything's been resolved, we can just consider approval at that time.
That would be excellent if that would be acceptable to you all.
Any comments on this before we table? Okay, we'll look for a motion to table.
Motion to table the contract with MCP until
March 24th.
March 24th.
Thursday, March 24th.
I will second it.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion is carried. Thank you, Margaret. Okay. John, we'll welcome you up for a CNET request. Oh, sorry. Good morning, John. How are you?
So this is typically what we need to do for the coverage of the vote by mail room that is typically held at the Penn Stater, where we have CNET live stream coverage of those events. So is there any questions relative to that, or?
That's been a good thing that we've utilized for the last several elections, and so this would be, I think, the fourth time we're doing it. So, yeah, we look for a motion to approve the sponsorship.
Thanks for making the arrangements, John. Motion to approve the CNET sponsorship for the 2022 General Primary Vote by Mail Processing Room.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thanks, John.
Motion is carried. Okay, thank you, John.
Even though we don't know whether
Better
still hasn't given us the heads up.
Better safe than sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, check run, Commissioner Higgins.
A smaller than normal check run of $925,231.36. The check of the week is for the Center County Penn State Co-op Extension Service for $4,976.33. This is actually just a small portion of the funding the Center County Commissioners provide to Penn State Extension. They just had their day in the county with the commissioners a couple days ago. All three commissioners attended. Great event, great group. The commissioners are happy to support not just our farmers, but our master gardeners, the youth who participate in the 4-H robotic contest. Just so happy to be working with Penn State Extension. So would like to make the motion to approve the check run dated March 11th.
Second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the check run. Any final discussion on the check run? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. The motion has carried. Okay. All right, we'll turn it over to Margaret.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I have two items this morning, and the first item is to welcome our new Chief Financial Officer, Joanie Mcintyre,
Oh,
who's
please,
with
yeah,
us.
Jody. Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Please. Very excited, yeah. Whatever you're comfortable with, yeah.
So, Joanie's first day with the county was yesterday.
Absolutely, yeah.
And she brings a wealth of experience and expertise to this position. She comes to us from the Keystone Central School District, where she was responsible there for overseeing fiscal operations and managing department and building budgets of approximately $82 million. Joanie's a longstanding member of the GFOA, Governmental Financial Officers Association, and was instrumental in the development and preparation of the school district's annual audits, schedules, and statements. I'm going to just go through it all here. Joan earned a master's degree in school business leadership from Wilkes University and a Bachelor of Science in accounting from the University of Houston. She has more than 30 years of financial experience in positions of increasing supervisory and managerial responsibilities, and her background includes extensive experience in budgeting as well as developing and implementing fiscal management policies in procedures and policies, both the public and private sector. So we're very happy to have Joanie on board with us. We're happy she came back today.
Yes.
And,
That's always a good sign when they come back the second day.
So she's in it. So welcome.
Thank you. I'm super excited. Yesterday was a couple of months will be to kind of wrap my head around what's going on, the procedures, who does what, and then, try to put my experience forward to help streamline, help implement new procedures. My head is spinning. Last night you go home and you're laying awake and thinking of, I'm going to do all this stuff. But I'm super excited. So thank you.
We're really excited for you to be part of the team. We really are excited and can't wait to work with you. And whatever you need, we're part of a team. We're here to help, and we're really excited. So thank you for joining us, Joanie. Yeah.
Yeah, great to have you on board, Joanie. I once worked with a guy who didn't make it past lunch on his first day. So happy you came back.
Day and a half.
Yeah.
I think we all share the enthusiasm of having you here, but most importantly, I think just your wealth of knowledge and knowing what we know about your abilities. We can't say enough good things about the relationship. And to echo Commissioner Pipe's comments, whatever we need to do to make your job a success and your experience here a success for everyone, just let us know. So
I think a lot of it, though, is there's an accounting piece, but I think there's the relationship piece. And I think that's super important coming into this position, is to build those relationships within the county and outside as well. So I see that as a huge factor. But
Good.
yes, thank you.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you, Joanie, so much. Thank you. Thank you for joining us up here. Thank you. Thank you. We have no letter. Yeah, please. Oh, yeah, second. That's right.
Second item this morning related to COVID testing. So although we are in the low transmission category, it is still important to remind people that the PCR testing resource through the Department of Health and the AMI is available at our recycling center through April 2nd for now. And 2 days this week, tomorrow and Thursday, the center will be closed. People will have the opportunity, if they need the testing, to go to Lock Haven, but just want to make sure that everybody's aware of that. We've been asked to publicize that today, that tomorrow and Thursday it is closed. They will reopen on Friday, and they will be in place until Saturday, April the 2nd at least. So.
All right. Thank you, Margaret. Appreciate that update. Okay. No letters of support today, but we do have a voter registration report.
we do. We have 105,050 registered voters in Center County. That's up 34 from the last report. The highlight reel of parties affiliation, there's 44,023 Democratic registrants, 147 Green Party, 665 Libertarian, 14,145 no affiliation, and 42,228 Republicans. When you add the 3,842 all others, you get the total of 105,050. I would like to recognize as the party of the week, it still continues to be one of my favorites, and that is the Unknown Party. The Unknowns have 5 registrations in Center County, and someday they hopefully will be known. So, but in the meantime, there's 5 of them. The precinct report this week is Harris East, number 56, which votes at the Calvary Harvest Fields Church. In the last election, there were 2,645 registered voters, 1,181 ballots cast, and the percentage that leads to a percentage voter turnout of 44.63%. Again, I want to thank the Calvary Church for allowing us the opportunity to use their facility. But the folks that make it happen on our end is the judge of elections is John Graham. The minority inspector is Carol Graham. The majority inspector is Kenneth Mono. And the clerks are Catherine Grieger, Sarah Matthews, Mary Ann Henderson, Susan Hammerstedt, John Matthews, and Sharon Menino, and Kenneth Safranco, and Robin Lallement, and Loretta Kessler. So we have quite a crew on that. We would like to recognize all their hard work. That's a big precinct, and certainly one that requires a lot of maintenance. But I also would like to recognize that for those folks out there who have been involved in the gathering of petition signatures and whatnot for the parties, which is usually happens, is a big part of what happens this time of year. We are still anxiously awaiting the time frame to which we are going to allow, or going to see allowed, the collection of signatures for state representative. And hopefully we'll have some answers to that this week with all the court challenges. But brings me to really the point of what I'm trying to make here. Over the last several years, there's been a lot of challenges in running elections. And one of the things we are seeing over and over and over again through these court challenges is a delay in the opportunity for conversation in the course of law about the way we run elections. But operating elections is tough enough when you know the ground rules. But when you're changing those rules in midstream, it makes them particularly, stressful. And so I'd just like to recognize all the folks from all manner, whether it's the folks on these lists that man the polls, or the folks, John and this board and Margaret and folks throughout our organization that have to struggle with the challenges and changes that those court decisions make. And I would hope we get to a point at some point where we can just run elections as we have for years and years and years, because it makes it very difficult and just opens up a lot more conversation and challenges and suspicions that things aren't operating efficiently. But when I think we do an amazing job considering the challenges that are presented to us. So just want to bring that up as a point of discussion or point of fact.
Here.
There you go.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right.
All right. We do want to announce once again that we have our speed survey available. We're going to be conducting it through Friday, March 25th, so about 10 days to complete. Again, centercountypa.speedsurvey.org to take the speed survey. Any executive sessions to report today,
No
Margaret?
executive sessions to report.
We have a bid and proposal schedule, public meeting schedule. We see no questions from the press. We will look for a motion to adjourn at this time.
Motion to adjourn at 10:47.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion is carried. We are adjourned. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.